welcome back to Carter Corner. We want to wish you a Happy New Year. And the video you're about to watch is a compilation of all the facts that I've taught you.
All the facts from what year?
2018. Hope you enjoy.
The entire Lego Miniland is made with about 32,496,352 Lego bricks. Here's an interesting fact. The New Orleans section of Miniland was built in Billund, Denmark. The largest snowball ever recorded was made by college students in Michigan. It was 10.45 feet wide and 9.28 feet tall. That's almost 3 times my height. Did you know that Pikachus can be boys or can be girls? If they have a sharp-edged tail, they're a boy. And if they have a heart-shaped tail, they're a girl. This one must be a boy. Handcars were used in the late 1800s by railroad crews to help build the railroad. They helped with carrying heavy tools and supplies to different work areas. Handcars had to be pumped by hand to keep them going. They weren't used for very long because they were dangerous and made the crew too tired to work. Narrow gauge railroads are extra skinny so that they can fit through the small canyons and steep mountains. They were popular in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado, where there are a lot of canyons and cliffs. Ore cars are carts pulled by trains that take rocks and minerals out of a mine. On August 28, 1963, Martin Luther King Jr. gave his famous I Have a Dream speech. He gave his speech in front of about 250,000 people on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. Time for some Carter Corner trivia. Many of the character names in The Lion King are Swahili words. Swahili is a language that is common in East Africa. Simba in Swahili means lion. Rafiki in Swahili means friend. Pumbaa in Swahili means be foolish. Poor Pumbaa. Mario was originally called Jumpman. The rumor is that he was named Mario after the building owner where Nintendo had its US offices.
Yahoo!
Before Daisy Duck became a Disney cartoon character, Donald Duck had a girlfriend named Donna Duck. She first appeared in the cartoon Don Donald. Hi kids, did you know the Sierra Club was created by John Muir in 1892? Their mission is to protect the earth and teach people why and how they can help protect the earth too. This way, we will always have beautiful places for us to explore and enjoy. Creating new Jelly Belly flavors involves a lot of chemistry. First, the Jelly Belly company has to find the item they want the bean to taste like. Let's say moldy cheese. Next, the item is usually dissolved and boiled or simply heated up. Then they have to place the item into a chromatograph. The chromatograph might look something like this. A chromatograph turns samples into a vapor and analyzes what the vapor is made of. At this point, things get a little more complicated, but to put it simply, the Jelly Belly researchers study the chemicals in the vapor, which tells them how to turn it into a flavor. Nunchaku or nunchucks, as most people know them, are traditionally a martial arts weapon. Today, they are used mostly in martial arts schools for freestyle routines, not for fighting.
Oh, wait, Swoop. Wait, what is a creeper anyway?
A creeper is one of Minecraft's most evil villains. But what exactly is this tall thing with little legs? Why does it look like that? According to the creator of Minecraft, whose nickname is Notch, the Creeper character was made by accident. In a documentary from 2012, Notch said that he was trying to create a pig, but he accidentally made the character tall instead of wide. And that's how the creeper got its crazy appearance. Hollywood is an area within Los Angeles, California. It is mostly known for the place where they make movies and TV shows, as well as a place where celebrities like to hang out. Before it became so huge, Hollywood started in about 1853 with only one adobe hut. The Hollywood Walk of Fame gives stars to people who have had an impact in theater, movies, TV, music, or radio. The Oscars, also known as the Academy Awards, is a huge ceremony that recognizes achievements in the film industry. The Oscars were held for the first time in 1929 at the Roosevelt Hotel. Today it is held at the Dolby Theater. Wax fact. It takes 300 pounds of clay to sculpt one average wax figure. It takes about 800 hours to make one wax figure. That's approximately 1 month. Sculptors use about 10 pounds of wax to make one head. Just making one set of teeth takes 30 hours. The hair used in the sculptures is real human hair and has to be shampooed and conditioned regularly. On average, it takes about 15 hours to make one pair of eyes. John Muir was a naturalist and a conservationist. He loved exploring nature and believed that it should be protected so we may all enjoy it. Muir had a very large influence in creating several national parks, including Yosemite National Park. There are thousands of different varieties of potatoes. One of the most common is the russet potato. On average, a potato is about 80% water and 20% solids. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, the heaviest potato ever grown weighs 10 pounds and 14 ounces. That's one big potato. A giraffe diet may consist of leaves, vines, herbs, fruits, and flowers. A giraffe's tongue measures about 18 to 20 inches in length. That's about 5 times as long as an average human tongue. Here's a fun fact. A giraffe's heart weighs 25 pounds. It has to be that big so it can pump blood all the way up to the giraffe's brain.
Look what we found during the mission. The evil lizard man.
Actually, it's called a western fence lizard, sometimes known as the blue belly lizard because of the blue color on its underside that it uses to attract a mate. Western fence lizards live in parts of California, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Nevada, and Utah, as well as Baja California. These lizards like living along the coast and the mountains, but not the desert. Giant sea bass live off the coast of California. They were almost hunted to extinction, but a law passed in 1988 made it illegal to fish for them. Their population is slowly increasing. Giant sea bass get so big that their only predators are great white sharks and humans. The NICU is where babies go for care if they're born too early or if they need special help after they're born. A neonatologist is a doctor who takes care of newborn babies. A geyser is a pool of hot water that boils and shoots water way up into the air. A dormant geyser is one that has not erupted in a very long time. Fumaroles are cracks or openings in the earth where steam escapes. Lorikeets are members of the parrot family and are a native species in Australia. That means they live in the wild there. An interesting fact about lorikeets is that they spend about 70% of their time eating. They can eat from 30 to 50 eucalyptus flowers in just 1 minute. Did you know lorikeets have a little brush at the end of their tongues to help them drink nectar? In 1889, Elijah Nicholas Wilson brought one of the first wagon trains over the Teton Pass and into the Jackson Hole area. Covered wagons were the most popular form of transportation for pioneers traveling west in the United States. Usually, oxen were used to pull them instead of horses. They were slower than horses, but they were stronger, cheaper, and they were less likely to be stolen. Dun dun dun. Beatles were a rock and roll band that came together in 1960 in Liverpool, England. They were pretty much a big deal. Gray wolves are the largest members of the dog family. Even though they rarely attack humans, they will attack people's livestock. Gray wolves in the United States were once almost hunted to extinction, but their population has once again stabilized. The Grizzly and Wolf Discovery Center is the only facility that tests bear-resistant products for the Interagency Grizzly Bear Committee. When a company designs a new product that is supposed to be bear-proof, they take it to the center to be tested. The product is placed in the bear habitat with tempting food inside of it. If the bear-like spirit here cannot break into it after 60 minutes, then the product becomes bear-resistant certified. This testing is important because bears who associate food with humans often become aggressive toward humans. Hey guys, we're at the USS Constitution in Boston, and it's the oldest ship in the Navy.
Whoa, from the 18th century, huh?
The USS Constitution, aka Old Ironsides, was placed into operation on October 21st, 1797. The Constitution fought 3 major battles in the War of 1812 and won all of them. It is believed that she got her nickname Old Ironsides when one of her sailors saw a cannonball bounce right off her side. He yelled, "Huzzah! Her sides are made of iron!" The first commander of the Constitution was Captain Samuel Nicholson. U.S. destroyers were known as the Greyhounds of the Sea because they were fast and powerful. The USS Cassin Young was placed into operation on December 31st, 1943. She fought in 7 World War II battles and survived 2 missile hits. Dog sledding can be traced back to as early as 1000 AD and has been used in the Arctic region for centuries as an important form of transportation. Dog sledding is the perfect sport for huskies, which is a dog breed with a lot of energy and stamina. The Iditarod is a famous annual dog sled race in Alaska. It is over 1,000 miles long. The race follows portions of the Iditarod Trail, which was once a popular mail and supply route in Alaska. Mickey's Toontown opened in January of 1993 and is inspired by the cartoon land from the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Here's a fun fact. Pluto first appeared in a Disney cartoon in 1930. In the Mickey Mouse cartoon, The Chain Gang, Pluto starred as a bloodhound. However, the rumor is that he is now referred to as a mixed breed. Did you know the longest pizza ever made was 7,000 feet long and was made at the Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California? It took a team of over 100 people, 5,000 pounds of tomato sauce, and 54 hours to complete soccer, perhaps the most popular sport in the world. In most other countries, the sport of soccer is actually known as football, not to be confused with the sport of football that we know here in the USA. Soccer officially began in England in 1863. However, there has been evidence of the game being played in China as far back as 255 BC. The game was played with a leather ball stuffed with feathers. The Ethel M. Chocolate Factory was founded in 1981 by Forrest Mars Sr. Forrest's mom, Ethel, taught him how to make gourmet chocolates, and so he created the factory in her name. Forrest's dad was Frank C. Mars, founder of the famous candy company Mars Incorporated. A few of the famous candies that Mars makes are M&M's, Milky Way, Skittles, Snickers, Twix, and the Mars bar. Here's an interesting fact. Did you know that the Mars brand doesn't just make candy? They also own Mars Pet Care, which makes the famous brands Pedigree, Iams, and Whiskas. Sloths live in the tropical forests of Central and South America. You may have seen the scenes in Disney's Zootopia where the sloth at the DMV moves really slow. Well, it's true. Sloths really are slow. In fact, they sleep up to 20 hours per day, and when they're awake, they barely move. They move so little that algae actually grows on their fur. But the algae serves a great purpose. It helps them hide from predators by letting them blend into trees. A sloth's predators are jaguars, pumas, eagles, and yes, humans. Sloths spend most of their times in trees and only come down about once a week to go to the bathroom. That's a long time holding it in. Before modern slide projectors were invented, a man named Christian Huygens invented the magic lantern in 1659. It is a device that used sunlight, glass transparencies, and a simple lens to project drawings on a screen or wall. The word dachshund means badger dog in German. Dachs means badger and Hund means dog or hound. The dachshund was bred for hunting small animals. Its long, slender body is perfect for digging into burrows. The giant Ferris wheel in California Adventure has changed names 2 times. Now known as Pixar Pal-Around, it was originally called the Sun Wheel and later had its name changed to Mickey's Fun Wheel. The wheel stands approximately 150 feet high. It is one of only 2 Ferris wheels in the U.S. that has both fixed and sliding gondolas. The other is the Wonder Wheel at New York's Coney Island. Did you know that Queen Mary played an important role in World War II? She was used to transport troops during the war. She was even painted gray and known as the Gray Ghost due to her color and speed. Did you know the first skateboards were invented in the 1950s using roller skate wheels attached to a wooden board? These early boards were used by surfers when there were no waves to ride. Quarter Corner Factoid! Did you know as of October 9th, 2016, the world record for the heaviest pumpkin is approximately 2,625 pounds. The pumpkin was grown by Matthias Willemans in Germany. Did you know the largest pumpkin sculpture ever was a zombie carved out of 2 pumpkins weighing 3,500 pounds combined? Did you know the world record for the most pumpkins carved in 1 hour is 109? It was set by Trevor Hunt in 2014. The largest gathering of people dressed as pirates was in the UK in 2012. There were 14,231 participants. Did you know the record for the most lit jack-o'-lanterns in one place is 30,581 and is held by the town of Keene, New Hampshire? When copper is exposed to the air, it undergoes chemical reactions that change its color. Did you know bats love eating insects? In fact, some bats can eat more than 1,200 mosquitoes in 1 hour. They are perfect for keeping those annoying bugs away from you. Some people think that bats will suck their blood, while vampire bats have been known to bite humans. They do not prefer to. They actually like to feed on cattle. Vampire bats are so small that they only take a tiny amount of blood, and it doesn't even hurt the cattle. Bats can be very kind and have been known to share their food with each other. Vampire bats will even regurgitate blood for bats that did not get to eat. Even though I called it a seal, the animal that actually comes with a scent is a sea lion. Although they are both pinnipeds, which means fin-footed in Latin, they have some big differences. First, sea lions are noisy and make a loud barking sound. Seals are quiet and make soft grunting sounds. Sea lions are better adapted to live on land. They have large flippers that rotate so they can walk. Seals have small flippers that do not rotate, so they are better swimmers. When they come on land, they have to crawl on their bellies. These are just a few differences between seals and sea lions. The purple pancake cactus, aka the purple prickly pear, has round pads that are flat like a pancake. This colorful cactus also grows yellow flowers in the spring. Teddy bear choyas, also known as jumping choyas, because of how easily the spines will attach to you if you brush up against it, have silvery green or yellow spines that make them look soft and fuzzy, like a teddy bear from far away. Did you know the largest indoor light display was set up by Universal Studios Singapore? It consisted of 824,961 light bulbs. Fun fact, the record for the largest projected image measures 543,125.39 square feet. The projection took place at Moscow State University in Russia in 2016. Did you know they started the Haunted Mansion holiday in 2001? My favorite smell from the Haunted Mansion comes from that ballroom, and the main centerpiece is a gingerbread house. The people who work in the food services at Disneyland made an actual gingerbread house, and it's a different design each year. Hooray!
So that huge gingerbread house on the table in the ballroom is real gingerbread?
Yep.
Wow.
I hope you enjoyed those facts, and I hope you also learned something new today. Happy New Year! Carter Corner, support! CARTER. That's it.